Dallas, thanks for staying with us. You are listening to Tuttle Talk on the Real Estate Radio Network. I am your host, Andy Tuttle. Listen to us on your iHeartRadio app. Don't forget, you can do it on your phone, do it online. You can also become a fan of the show at facebook.com/Tuttle Talk, and you can catch all shows at andytuttle.com or tuttletalk.tv. That's a lot of websites. Too many to give. Okay, my special guest today. Oh, yeah, wait. Don't forget you can call us, 214-736-9696. Off-air number. We'll take care of you during or after the show, 214-736-9696. Now, to my special guest today, Elizabeth Lyons. She is a speaker. She is a business coach. She is also an author. She wrote her first book, which was Recession-Proof Yourself, I believe, in 2009 during the recession. She has studied psychology at the University of Maine. She actually, and in that book, by the way, the Recession-Proof Yourself, it was meant for those 15 million Americans that lost their job. It did hit a chord, and now she's been all over the media, including CBS Money. She gives career advice all over the world. I mean, Asia, India, and even here in the U.S. Elizabeth Lyons, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
A nice little intro, huh? That was good.
Yeah, I didn't realize I did that much till you said all that.
You do a lot more. All the research, I was like, my gosh, I have to cut this down. I don't even know how to talk about everything that you're doing right now. But I know we're talking about the book today. I Quit. Working for you isn't working for me. But I know that's, before we get into that, I know that's not all that you do. You speak to employers. You help them with finding and recruiting top talent, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I do work with business owners. We talk about retention. We talk about their succession plans. You'd be surprised how many companies have no succession plans in place.
They just feel they're going to live forever and just keep working.
Yeah, they think, I guess we'll replace somebody when they stop coming to work. I'm not sure what they think. And I've also worked with business owners and clients in terms of benchmarking top talent. You know, how do you tell that you even have a top performer? Could you identify them? I mean, if you walked through your organization, if you walked through the accounting department, through the sales department, through engineering, through marketing, if you went through all of your departments, could you actually identify and benchmark your top performers?
That's pretty interesting because I think most business owners would say, oh, the sales guy, I can tell that because production.
Sure.
But when you start getting into accounting and marketing and the other departments that have some, you have to be specific on how you define that. And that's probably very difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be very difficult. And then the most amazing thing that I've found with business owners is when they have an opening, they just post it online. And so they do these post and hope, post and pray, hope the right person comes in the door. But they don't even necessarily know what is the right person for their organization. So to be very candid with you, Nike people would not fit in Intel, would not fit in a mid-sized business.
Right.
Per se. So what we're really talking about is how do you identify your top talent? How do you find them? And do you have a recruitment process to attract those individuals in and have them go, wait, I want to work for you? Because that's what the book is all about. I Quit, Working for You Isn't Working for Me is about this is what's going to start to happen. The market is slowly shifting, and what we're going to see is more job openings, less people. So if you're looking for post and hope, good luck, because all of a sudden you're not going to have 60 applicants, you're going to have 6.
Right. That's going to be a rude awakening.
It's going to be tough for employers because right now they're rocking back and thinking, well, I can wait, I can pick, I can choose, and those days are going to come to a close here.
It's very interesting. I like that you can see those kind of things. You're kind of a futurist in that sense of the word, and that's why I know the first book did so well and the second book, and that's why you speak. And if you're an employer listening and you want to get a hold of Elizabeth, you can call us at our number, 214-736-9696. She can speak for you, for your company. She can teach you some of these things, right? And you're doing that all over the place for all kinds of companies, correct?
Yeah, I am. I'm doing quite a bit of webinars. I do quite a bit of work on the East Coast now. I do quite a bit of work in Dallas. I also still do it in Portland, Oregon, and pockets of California. It's gotten much bigger than I had anticipated. So I'm happy to do that. I deliver it through workshops or training, or I do one-on-one coaching. There's different ways that I can help. First is you may not even have a problem, so call.
Yeah, that's right.
You might not have everything might be great. What we'll do is we'll give you a little talent checkup and see how your business is going in terms of talent. And if you're concerned about it or you think you should be concerned about it, well then call. I'm happy to listen and see. And there are a lot of people I'll say everything's fine. You're good. Don't worry.
That's good. No, that is really good. That's what I like about you. One of the things. Okay, so going to the book now, going to what this is about. I Quit, Working for You Isn't Working for Me. I actually like that title a lot. I don't know why I keep saying the whole thing because I like it. But you actually wrote your first book. No, was it this book or your first book? Number 1, Recession Proof Yourself.
Yeah.
You wrote while recovering from cancer.
I did. I wrote it. Yes, I did. Recession Proof Yourself was written with the intention to give away and to give back. I had sat with so many employers and spoken to them and heard all their pains and woes about how to find talent. And then the recession hit. Everybody was out of work. People were scrambling. And then in the middle of that, I was diagnosed with skin cancer, and I took a pretty serious operation, and then 15 operations after that. And skin cancer is a funny thing. You're fine, and then one day you're not. So you'll find a little spot, and okay, now all of a sudden somebody's telling you you're stage 4. That can be an issue.
Wow.
So I was concerned. I was very concerned about if it happened again, what would happen. But more importantly, I had all this information in my head, and I wanted to be able to write it down and get it out there in case it happened again.
Yeah.
And it was just important to me. It was just very, very important to me. The second book feels different. The second book feels like an offering. I have this information. I'm happy to help you get across. If you're starting to look, maybe you shouldn't look. The book even addresses that. I Quit addresses maybe it's not the right time.
Well, that's going to help to the delight of employers everywhere. Now, speaking of the second book, this book came to you in a weird way, didn't it?
It did. Yeah, it did. So the first book, Recession Proof Yourself, was I had purchased a bunch of books, and it was all over the place, and they were sitting in my living room, and I had to go on vacation, and I got on the back of the motorcycle, and my husband headed us, we were in Portland, Oregon at the time, and he had us down the gorge, and I was an hour outside of Portland, and I started tapping on the shoulder, and I said, oh my gosh, stop, you have to stop. And he said, what's the matter? And I said, I don't understand, but I can see the second book, and it's coming through, and I need you to stop right now.
I would love for a book to come to me that way.
It was the strangest thing. I have never experienced anything like it, maybe never will since. I got off the bike, I found a hotel. I said, I need a piece of paper right now. She handed me the piece of paper. I wrote it down, and boom, out came the outline.
Wow.
And the whole book, the entire outline, and then the rest of the book came about maybe a year and a half later. I sat and wrote it. The last chapter, that's the twist. Book number 1 has a twist at the end. Book number 2 has a phenomenal twist at the end. So it's a fun read. It's not this preachy how-to, me on the mountain telling you what to do. The second book has a great twist at the end. So,
spoiler alert, no one dies. It's not a murder mystery, so don't get excited about that. You're listening to Tuttle Talk on the Real Estate Radio Network, talking to Elizabeth Lyons, a speaker and author of I Quit, Working for You Isn't Working for Me. Now, Elizabeth, that's pretty interesting that you were able to get that outline out. I wish something would stay in my head long enough where I could wait to get off a bike, get to a hotel room, and then write down. It would have been gone. My wife would have been like, "You should have just told me. I would have remembered," and she would be right. But in this book, speaking to the people, the audience that this is for, just to make sure we're clear on this, this is for people that may feel that they're stuck on their job and they don't like it. Is that correct?
Americans are cranky. This is for the survivors of recession. Okay, hats off to you. You kept your job, and Joe and Billy and Jane all around you, and the cubes all around you, they lost their job. You watched them take a cardboard box and walk out the door, and that's been 3 years and counting. They have absorbed their job and all the other people's jobs around them. They're tired, they're disillusioned, they're cranky. They've been working, 50, 60 hours a week for years now. They're terrified. They didn't want it to happen to them. And now all of a sudden they're starting to think, well, maybe there's something else out there. And there's a moment of panic, realizing that they haven't looked for a job in a long period of time, that social media is important and they have no idea how to deal with that. And that there's this weird thing now where you post your resume to some job and hope you get a call. And there really is a way to navigate that isn't talked about. And my book really explains how to manage a confidential job search, or maybe you're starting to look. Maybe it's a good time, maybe it's not. You might actually need to stay in your company, frankly, because you might be able to get a title increase and a performance increase because you have absorbed all that work. Right. So maybe you don't need to leave at all. And the book addresses that as well. That's
smart. That's very smart. I really am glad that you do that, because it's not... You can't be running away from your problems. It's about running towards something. And some of that may be that they're just don't know the first steps to take to do what you say, to go, hey, look, maybe I can get a promotion. Maybe I can get what I need here. I just don't know how to do it. So you address that, but you also address the other issue of maybe this isn't the right place for you to grow. Don't feel stuck. Is that fair to say?
Yes. The issue with every job search is the feeling that candidates express is they want to be chosen. There's this, I'm a puppy in a pound. Please pick me. Pick me, pick me. And this book is absolutely about the focus is inward. This is an inward process, not an external, how do I find it? How do I get it? How do I capture it? This is not about that. This is an internal driven process.
That's fantastic. And here's so you know what you're going to learn. There's a lot here. But this book addresses where to look for the next job, how to position yourself in social media, how to get your resume on the hiring manager's desk, which is pretty cool. So it's not just out there in cyberspace. Anywhere, how do you get it on someone's desk? What's important? That's what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
How to manage your references, how to find out your market worth, which is so cool. Salary.com is not where you're going to find out your market worth, right?
Not so much.
Not so much. And you're going to find out some counteroffers, negotiating your next salary, which I think is very cool. A lot of great topics you address in this book. You have a lot of great experience doing this. A couple reminders to employers. Remember, Elizabeth understands what your employees want and the changing market, right? You mentioned that earlier in this. I got a bajillion resumes coming in. I don't need to worry about it. I can just rest here. That's changing.
Yeah, that's absolutely changing. And I would also say look at your candidate flow because you might have the wrong people applying to your job. Yeah. I rewrite ads for clients all the time, and then all of a sudden, magically, we attract the right candidate.
That's so cool. You got to have a good skill. You got to be good at your craft, and you are excellent at your craft.
Thank you.
And now you're writing a book to help others be excellent at their craft.
Absolutely.
That's the way to do it. I love that give back philosophy. That's the way my philosophy is as well. If you want a copy of her book, go to our website, facebook.com/Tuttle Talk. We're going to have links to the book there. Also, she's doing something really cool for my listeners. If you are in this position right now where you want to have a call with her, she's offering up a free consultation for you guys. She is very sought after in her industry. She is very worth her time and money, but let me tell you, this is a huge value. If you have an opportunity to call her and you're looking in this position in transition where you want to see about perhaps even either getting into a new position or getting the salary in her, maybe increasing your salary, some of these things we've discussed, give us a call at 214-736-9696. Also, if you're an employer and you want to book her so you can understand how to position yourself correctly this next year and the years going forward, call us as well. 214-736-9696. I've personally been able to hear you speak, Elizabeth. It was fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
I took pages of notes, and I don't like giving notes freely because my hand gets cramped. So I really do appreciate that. I do have one final question for you now.
Sure.
Are you cancer-free now, Elizabeth?
I am.
Wow.
I am cancer-free. Yep, we made it.
Legitimately, congratulations.
So that means that there'll probably be a third book.
That's true. Okay, Elizabeth, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You're listening to Tuttle Talk on the Real Estate Radio Network. I'm your host, Andy Tuttle. We've been talking to Elizabeth Lyons, speaker and author of her new book, I Quit. Working for You Isn't Working for Me. You can get that on our fan page at facebook.com/Tuttle Talk, and I'm assuming at amazon.com. You can get it at other outlets as well. Isn't that correct?
Amazon and Kindle.
Perfect. Kindle
is where it is, yeah.
Great. Go get it and let us know. Give us your feedback on that. Now, I want to get to our Real Steal of the Week with my good friend and expert realtor over at Halo Realty Group, Chris Oleg. Chris, thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks a lot, Andy.
Hey, man, I know you're busy. Appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. Now, look, every week we come to you with the Steal of the Week, a great listing out there that's a great buy for you here in the real estate market. Chris, I know you got something for us. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I've actually got this great new listing. Just hit the market this morning. It's in Frisco Ranch, which is Frisco ISD. It is in Little Elm, which qualifies for the USDA financing. It's 2-story, 2,500 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's got master downstairs, open floor plan, game room up. It's got granite, stainless steel. It's in a pie-shaped lot, so it has a huge backyard, covered back porch, less than 1 year old. We're having an open house tomorrow, Sunday, 12 to 4. Cowboys game's a night game, so come out beforehand, buy your house for the holidays. We're also going to be collecting donations for the less fortunate, so if you bring a blanket, canned food with you, you'll be entered into a drawing for 2 Mavs tickets. Address is 1209 Red Drive, Little Elm, Texas. List price of $224, and I'll also post all the info on your Tuttle Talk page.
Yeah, please do, man. That is a real steal of the week, and I love what you do for the Samaritan Inn. You've always been passionate about them and giving away a lot of blankets. Guys, that's what they need this year, so go there. If nothing else, just an excuse to go drop off a blanket with Chris and see a wonderful home, meet a great agent. That is a real steal of the week. Thanks so much, Chris.
Thanks, Andy.
All right, so now it's time to get to the Coach's Corner with my good friend and coach, Jimmy Nelson. He lost 100 pounds doing what he talks about here every single week, and he's helped me lose over 15 pounds, closer to 17 pounds, and I'm still going. So, Jimmy, first of all, thanks for what you do for me and for what you encourage your thousands of fans to do every day, but also thanks for being on the call.
Awesome. This is my favorite time of the week is talking to you and all your amazing listeners.
Don't lie to me. I love that, though. Thank you. Lie to me. Always lie to me. I appreciate you. All right, so tell me, what do you got for us this week?
Okay, so this week I got to thinking about all the weekend warriors out there, or the people that have wanted to try to get fit. And what happens a lot of the time is they think they really kind of have to go hard or go home. And I see it over and over again. I had the privilege to be in the Insanity DVD series, right? So a lot of people probably see that crazy workout on the infomercials, and maybe you've tried it, and you're like, wow, I got to keep up with everybody on the video, and you go hard that first day, and you can't move the rest of the week, right? And then you kind of, like you go one day, and then you just quit because it hurts so bad.
Right.
So I'm here to tell you guys, you need to modify. Kind of put the ego aside and be willing just to start where you are. And 3 things I thought of really, really fast is that if people will just go with their own pace, really concentrate on their form over speed. I don't care if that's running, if you're doing a program like Insanity, if you're doing CrossFit, if you're out playing football with the guys, like form over speed, and then live to fight another day. What I mean by that is don't go so hard on day 1 that you can't come back day 2, 3, and 4. It's not about putting together a rock star effort on day 1. It's about starting to put together multiple days back to back to back and working your way up. So you've got to know what your limits are and work within those when you're getting started.
That's really good. It's funny that you say that because I actually went so hard in the stretching on the Insanity deal that I pulled a hammy. It's so embarrassing.
Okay, that's bad when the stretching part is the reason you
Well, it was like fast
day.
Back and forth, and I was like, wait, ow, that hurts.
Form over speed or
form over ego, even in stretching.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to keep up. If you're doing a DVD, you don't have to keep up with everybody on the DVD. If you're going to a class, you don't have to keep up with the instructor. So just make sure that your form is 100% right first and know it's going to get better. And sometimes that's a little bit of a shot to the ego, but it will get better if you keep, you stick with it.
Perfect. And Jimmy, thank you so much. As always, every week I know there's a couple things we'll put on the site. Still going on is the free vitamins. Isn't that right?
Yeah, your listeners took to it so quickly. I thought, man, we got to keep this up another week. So everybody, if you're listening right now, you want to go over to the Tuttle Talk fan page on Facebook. And right now we have our best-selling Activit multivitamin, a free 30-day trial. All you pay is shipping, and you get to try these things out for free. And they kind of fill in the holes that all of us have in our nutrition. Since none of us are going to eat 100% healthy all the time, these things are great at helping you live a healthy lifestyle while you're busy and kind of going from your day-to-day.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jimmy. As always, you are great, and we will talk to you next week.
All right, Andy. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye. You heard it from Jimmy. I tell you, it's truth. We are here at the end of another week. You got to go to the fan page, facebook.com/Tuttle Talk. We'll have all the links from the day show. We'll have the real steal of the week up there. We'll have how you can get a hold of Elizabeth's book up there. We'll also have the links to get in touch, get more shape, get that low barrier of entry, and start taking control of your health and your fitness today. You are listening to Tuttle Talk. I hope you have enjoyed this hour. Don't forget to reach out to us, 214-736-9696, or email me at questions@andytuttle.com. And don't forget as well, get your boots on. We're wearing them. We wore them this past Friday. We wore them yesterday. So look at the pictures online. You get your boots on at bootcampaign.com. Support the troops. No matter what you think about anything else that's going on, they deserve our support and your support. Take pictures. Let us know about it. Don't forget also, go to yourmortgagereview.com. Take 5 minutes. Complete a short mortgage review. See if you can save some money on a no-cost loan. Now is the time. You can really save money. Go to yourmortgagereview.com. We'll let you know if you can. Don't forget also, a lot of things not to forget. Remember, 72727. Text 72727 and type in Andy T. no spaces, ANDYT, and get entered in to win a free iPad. If you'd like to discuss anything related to today's show, you can call me, you can email me. We'd love to help you. That's what we're here to do. I'd like to thank Randy Nichols and John Allen for being with me every week, and I'd like to thank my very special guest, Elizabeth Lyons, for joining me today. I'd also like to thank Danny Miles, our production director, and the entire family here at KFXR. We'll see you next Saturday. Race Talk is up next. Don't forget to listen to us, and thank you for listening to Tuttle Talk, where we're making financial intelligence a priority in our community. Have a great weekend.